What a fucking game we have seen at Goodison Park. 2-2 between Everton and Manchester United in the final game we will ever play at Goodison Park. And I've got one thing that's on my mind right now. Ashley Young, you little shithouse. What a disgrace he is. If I'm Sir Alex Ferguson, I'm meeting him in the tunnel and saying, hey, those medals I got you, give me them back. Because how can you dive like that against anyone? But against Man United, the team that gave you a few medals in your career, made your career worthwhile, and you're doing absolute swan dives in the box when we're already in the mud, we're already crap. You don't even need to do that stuff against us, you'll probably score. And you're there trying to win penalties by diving in the box. What an absolute disgrace Ashley Young is. Fucking joke. I'm glad Darren Ferguson never brought your son on in that game, you absolute knob. Fucking hell, it's not the only reason why I'm pissed off today. The first half from Manchester United was an utter disgrace from everyone involved, particularly Andre Onana. What are you doing? Pushing the ball out into the box whenever you can, make an easy save. He did it with the Ashley Young thing, where Ashley Young tried to dive for a penalty, pushes it out to him, gives him an opportunity to do that. What is going on with Andre Onana? There's been times where I've defended him because I thought, more often than not, he looks like a decent player. He looks like a good goalkeeper who's made a few mistakes, but he's always going to have a mistake in him. He's always going to be flapping about, and he likes to do this nonchalant thing on the ball. But actually, is he any good on the ball? I don't know. I'm done with him. I'm done with Harry Maguire as well. People were trying to rewrite history with Harry Maguire and saying there's a player there, not good enough, doesn't do enough, can't turn properly. I've been fan of De Ligt. Poor today, on the ball, in possession, couldn't pass wind. Diogo Dalot, what the hell's going on there? He's been really bad all season. I know he had a good season last season, but that's a distant memory right now. Mazraoui, who was looking like he could have been our player of the year. I know it's a short bunch of nominees, but again, his form's fallen off a cliff. The only one in that back line today that really impressed me was Patrick Dorgu, who I think in the few games we've got to see of him as a Manchester United player down that left wing, in that left wing back position, he's been pretty good. A constant threat throughout the game, winning free kicks. I think he won about 5-6 free kicks in dangerous positions today, always making that overlap. And because we didn't start Garnacho today, he wasn't ignoring him, he was making the passes to find him. And we did find him on a number of occasions, and on another day he gets an assist or something, because I thought Paddy Dorgu looked pretty good today. In the midfield, we started with Ugarte and Casemiro. We looked a lot better when Casemiro went off and Bruno Fernandes came into the middle. Casemiro, as we know, his leg's no longer there. But we need better in that middle of the park. And that's why, you know, at half-time when we're 2-0 down, it's easy for everyone to go, this manager, what's going on with him? He needs to take some responsibility, which, of course, he does need to take some responsibility. Of course he does. But you're seeing some of the players he's trying to work with here. We've already been through Onana, Maguire, Dalot, who's not been performing at all this season, Casemiro, who's not good enough for this level anymore, Rasmus Højlund. Like Chido Obi was on for how long? And he looked better. He maybe did 3 good things, and he looked more dangerous and more of a threat than Rasmus Højlund did. Even in holding the ball up and linking up play, making little flick-ons, making passes, he looked like a bigger threat than him. And if he can, start Chido in the next game. Start him in the next game. It's that simple. Make the point. Start Chido through the middle. Xerxes off him. Bruno Fernandes in the midfield with Ugarte. And maybe Garnacho on the left. Because Rasmus Højlund has not been good enough. And somehow he still manages to find his way into the starting 11 every single week. Now we know why that is, because we've hardly got any options. You know, you look at the bench again today, it's full of young kids on there. We've hardly got the options to be able to do what we want to do, to be able to manage it, to be really ruthless and drop some of these players. But Chido Obi, in that whatever time he was on the pitch, showed more of a threat than Rasmus Højlund did in the whole game. In the whole game. And again, much like Onana, Rasmus Højlund's someone that I've defended quite a lot. But I think, just like Maguire, Onana, Højlund, I think sometimes they will have good games. Sometimes they'll do some good things. But more often than not, they're pulling the wool over your eyes. They're not good enough. Move on. Move on. Joshua Xerxes today, I thought he was good against Spurs. Not great today. But even then, second half, few moments, few dangerous moments, creates a few opportunities for us. You know, we need to get him on the ball more and get runners either side of him if we want to bring him out and get the best out of him, because some of his weight of pass is very, very good. Although there was one cross where I thought he could have done better with. He didn't really know whether to shoot or cross as we were chasing the game towards the back end, and he opted for a cross which went straight to Jordan Pickford. But again, I can't see Rasmus Højlund. I don't want to see Bruno in the front three. I think he's better used there, but we need him in the midfield because we haven't got any midfielders, and we can't be starting with Casemiro in the next game as well. Like, all round today, just not good enough in that first half. And we showed a little bit of urgency. We showed a little bit more sense in the second half. And thankfully, we got the goals from it. Bruno Fernandes with a fantastic free kick to bring us within 1 goal of Everton. And then Manuel Ugarte, I think it's his first goal for Manchester United, and what a first goal it was as well. To get that volley, it may have been a half volley away. Just as Garner was coming in with the challenge. Fantastic stuff from him. Straight into the back of the net. 2-2. United are chasing the game, trying to get a winner. Everton go up the other end. Ashley Young dives. What a fucking disgrace Ashley Young is. What the fuck, man? Against us? Seriously? Seriously? We gave you a fucking career? Shitbag. Can't believe that shit. I can't. Did he really do that against us? We know he's got it in it. We know he's got it. Maybe it's just natural to him to try a little dive there. But that was disgraceful. But overall, I'm so happy we managed to get something out of that game, because like I've told you like before, nothing really has changed because the squad hasn't changed. We haven't got all of our players back fit. It's not like something, you know, there's been a miracle and we've got our full squad to choose from. I'm fully behind Ruben Amorim turning this around. I'm fully behind Ruben Amorim getting some players in that he wants. I'm fully behind Ruben Amorim being given time, being given the summer to prepare this team for next season. We need to see that. But if we ended up losing 3 or 4-0 against Everton today, and then you lose some more games down the road, I think it's starting to look probably difficult, and we've seen what the board will do with the Dan Ashworth decision. If they feel like something's not working, they're going to make a change really quickly. Can we afford to make that change? I don't know. But I'm glad we fought back, showed some fight, got back into the game, and we looked a little bit better towards the end of it. But still, overall, not a good enough performance from Manchester United. Embarrassing performance really in the first half, and somehow we've managed to come out of it with something. Somehow. But again, the reasons I'm behind this manager, you look around at that squad. I've already said it. Look at the bench, full of kids. And I'd argue, you know what? Play the kids. Play them. Play as many of them as you can. Aiden Heaven, Lenny Yoro, get them all on there. Get Cheeto starting. Maybe even a Morehouse, a Fletcher in midfield. I don't know. Just start mixing things up and play these youngsters, because some of these experienced players are showing what we knew already. They're not good enough. They're just not good enough. And Manchester United ain't going nowhere quickly with them. So we may as well try and start finding solutions for the problems that we have, rather than sticking with the players that continue to let us down. But so much relief, man. Thank God we got out of there with something, because I mean, the headlines are probably still going to be the same, but I would have hated to see the headlines if United would have lost at Goodison today, because they would not have been pretty. Anyway, 2-2. Ashley Young, you're a disgrace. I've been AdamMcKola. I'm out of here.